All right. Okay, looks like it's working good this time. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Cardinal Craze. I'm your host, John, today. Today on the show, we have Matt McGavick from the Louisville Sports Illustrated edition. He is the deputy chief editor of the Louisville Sports Illustrated. And our main guest today is Trevon Howard out of IMG down in Florida. Trevon, how you doing? All right, I guess he's doing good. All right.
I can hear you.
Oh, you couldn't? Oh, okay.
Oh well.
Oh goodness, this is beginning to be a fun broadcast. All right, so I was asking how you're doing today.
Oh, I'm doing good. Just got back from campus for Thanksgiving break.
Okay, yeah, that's good to hear. So, did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I got to get home back to the cold, see family, see friends.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. Now, today on the show, we're actually going to be interviewing you. We're going to be talking about your recruitment process with the Louisville staff. We're also going to be asking you some personal questions and allowing the fans to get to know you a little better. And so that way, moving forward, we'll know who you are going into the next class. All right. So one of the first questions I did want to ask, and to just kind of let the fans know, we know behind the scenes, but we kind of want to ask, who is your current leading your recruitment for the Louisville staff?
Coach Dennison.
Coach Dennison. All right. Now, how's your relationship so far? Just in a couple words.
It's pretty good. He's a pretty straightforward guy. He knows what he wants in a player, and I know what he wants in a player. So that connection right there helps a lot.
All right. Well, that's good to hear.
And I know it's probably been an odd recruitment process with the dead period just continuously getting extended and extended and extended, probably to the point where it's most people in your class might not get a chance to actually visit campus until next summer. How has this whole recruitment process been, not just with Louisville, but just with all schools overall, knowing that you can't take official visits yet?
I've been pretty open, just building relationships with coaches and focusing on my game, and I was focusing on my season, and now that that's over, just now developing myself and letting the process just come. Let it come. Y'all hear it?
Hey, you can hear us?
Hello.
Yeah. The audio is cutting in and out just a little bit.
That's all right. Are you on your home? Are you on the home Wi-Fi or shared Wi-Fi?
For me?
This is such a strange, strange situation. I'll tell you. I've had I don't know what's going on with the internet connection today. Something's going on. Must be all this cold weather.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Trevon, for the most part, you've been trying to build relationships with coaches. You've been trying to actually figure out how to take campus visits, either through set up videos or even just some kind of Google Earth system where you can actually go through the campus and look at everything, and maybe the coaches from different universities have shared photos with you of their facilities, trying to recruit you that way, which I know this is kind of a difficult situation right now with COVID, and that's kind of what Matt said before. I kind of want to glance over at Louisville. What specifically stands out at Louisville that you like? I know the season's kind of been up and down, a little bit of questions, but what do you like so far about the staff and about the program?
Oh, Coach Dennison, I like that. He's pretty straightforward. He's a guy that's going to be – he said he could develop players on and off the – and a little bit, I like they're kind of the underdog and have to work for their wins and stuff like that.
Okay, well, that's good to hear.
Have you had a chance to watch much Louisville this season?
Yep, I have a couple games.
Which games did you catch? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. I was kind of just flipping through games and watching.
Okay.
That's fair enough. There's a lot of games going on. I
Yeah.
don't blame you.
Yeah. I don't even.
So, for the most part, I did want to ask, what's your situation been like down at IMG? Have you been able to attend classes and attend football practices safely? I know that the restrictions have been kind of going up and down in the state of Florida lately.
Yeah. All our classes have been in person. I personally have not caught corona or anything. Practices, full go, we in pads. We do a pretty good job with our protocols here on keeping our masks on, using our own water bottles and stuff like that.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. All right. Here, you know what? I'll jump in with one more question if you don't mind. Sorry, Matt.
Go for it.
So I wanted to ask, who do you model your game after?
Yeah. I don't really have a specific player. I just I focus on trying to know the game, be smart, know where I'm supposed to be, and that's what I pride myself on. And if you do say a player I used to watch, it'll be Grant Delpit. That's one I recently watched a lot.
Was there a player watching when you were a little kid that you kind of designated as your football idol, so to speak, growing up?
That would be Cam Newton. I
Cam
really used to
Newton.
play quarterback when I was younger. I didn't start playing safety until freshman year.
All right. Well, that's pretty impressive. You went from quarterback to safety. So have you are you a big fan of Lamar Jackson by chance? Just kind of throwing that out there.
Yeah. I used to watch him all the time.
Really? So when he was playing at Louisville or when he first started playing for the Ravens?
Yeah.
Okay.
NFL
So
and Louisville.
oh, okay. So you already knew about Louisville before you got the offer from Coach Dennison?
No. I didn't know.
So what was that whole introduction kind of like? Getting approached by and getting an offer from a school that you're not entirely familiar with. What was that whole process like?
It was different because Louisville usually all the offers before that one were Big Ten, and of course, Louisville was the really one that was like down south a little bit. So it was different and exciting.
All right. Well, hey, that's I'm glad to hear that. Now, I did want to kind of look at your recruitment a little bit. So officially, you have 8 official offers, one being Oregon State, Indiana, Iowa State, Louisville, Michigan State, and Minnesota currently. Are there any schools that are kind of in the lead currently so far?
No, not really. I'm open to all options.
Okay.
There's a lot of Midwestern schools going after. Have you been in contact with a lot of the other schools who maybe have not reached out with an offer yet?
You said what?
There's been a lot of Midwestern schools as part of those first 8 offers. Have there been kind of other schools in that area who haven't reached out with a scholarship offer yet, but have kind of been in your ear saying, hey, fan of your film, watching your film, just, keeping tabs on you?
Yeah, Northwestern. Northwestern school that does that a lot.
Okay. I also see that Penn State might be in the running as well. Have you been in contact with their defensive coach at all?
You said Penn State?
Yes.
Yeah, they have too.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. All right. Now, outside of your official offers, are there any schools you've actually taken visits to? Probably, well, last season, not recently, since the NCAA kind of grounded everybody.
Yeah, I took a visit to Notre Dame and Wisconsin.
Okay, Notre Dame is Wisconsin. Are they still in contact with you currently?
Nah, they send mail, but they don't really talk to me.
Okay.
And
Oh,
being a Minneapolis native, what's your relationship like with the University of Minnesota?
It's a good relationship. I like how they've been changing the culture a little bit.
all right. So I did want to ask, what is Coach Dennison's recruiting pitch like? Does he come in with the whole, like I can, like kind of like you said earlier, I can develop you as a player? Has he made kind of any promises that you, with your skill, that he'd be able to possibly get you in as a true freshman, or what's that been like?
Uh, he, I can't really tell, but yeah, I can't really tell.
Oh, you can't tell. Okay, so it's an official secret.
Yeah.
Tricks,
Okay.
tricks of the trade there.
Well, hopefully I can talk to him at some point. Maybe he'll teach me the tricks of the trade. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my
Sorry,
bad.
my screen kind of froze a little bit. I thought you were about to ask a question.
No, my bad. I was waiting for you to take a turn. I was kind of thinking to myself, oh, okay, I'll just wait. I'll just be quiet.
No, you're fine.
Looking around. All right. So, for the most part, what kind of adversities would you say you had to overcome growing up? And you said, you were from the Midwest. Was there any adversities that you had to fight through, or any, like, tell us a little bit about your, growing up in the Midwest.
Really, I think like growing up in the Midwest, football wise, they might not think it was just as good because they say football is down south or whatever. It's too cold to play up north. So I just pride myself in that like the underdog mentality. They don't think we can really play up north. So
Okay. Did IMG originally reach out to you and offer you to come play at their school down in Bradenton, Florida? Bradenton, Florida. Sorry about that.
yeah.
Okay.
They reached out to me.
Now, a second follow-up question to that is, what is your relationship like with your head coach, Bobby? I think we kind of went over this at first. I really don't want to butcher the last name.
Bobby Acosta. Yeah.
Acosta. There we go. Okay. So what's your relationship like with him?
It's a good relationship. The last school he coached at was also up in Minnesota. So, and during like COVID, when it first started, he was our DB coach because ours had to leave.
And what prompted the move from Minneapolis to IMG?
Basically, it's all year round football, and it's more competition. Going against the best every day in practice.
So it was more so, you would say, from a developmental football standpoint, with probably future aspirations to maybe one day try to make the NFL.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, IMG's definitely known for that.
Yep, they really are. Now, we had actually talked before about, when I asked you if there was anyone from IMG who was playing at Louisville that you knew about, and you had mentioned that you knew that Zay Peterson was actually playing at the university, but you didn't quite know him per se because you kind of came in right on the tail ends of him leaving. Do you? So does that kind of make you feel a little bit comfortable knowing that there's a fellow IMG student there as well, or do you just hope to kind of build a relationship with him on your high school alumni?
It makes me a little bit comfortable.
Okay.
Has Zay tried to reach out to you at all, or does he know that Louisville's trying to recruit you?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, hopefully we can change that. Hopefully we can have Zay reach out to you, kind of tell you what his feelings are towards the Ville, and hopefully get the ball rolling on that. Have you talked to the defensive coordinator coach, Brian Brown?
No, I haven't talked.
You haven't talked to him yet? Okay. Well, it's still kind of early in your recruitment process. So, I mean, we're not even done with the 2021 class just yet. So, a lot of these things are going to kind of snowball going from here, especially with the offers, with all these other schools. They're going to be reaching out to you, asking you to, come play for them. And honestly, it's going to get better going from here. But for the most part, I'm glad to hear that. That your relationship with Coach Dennison is actually going really well. I'm glad that you're getting all these different offers from these schools and a couple of them from the Midwest. But for the most part, I wanted to ask, who is actually helping you with your recruitment process? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Is it your coach?
It's me and my parents also.
Okay. Now, growing up, who was the biggest influencer in your life? Was it your mom, your dad?
It was one of my cousins. He played in the NBA. He went to Boston College. His name was Troy Bell.
Oh, wow. That's very impressive.
Now, you had mentioned that in high school you'd actually started out at quarterback, and that's why you kind of looked up to Cam Newton. But what kind of prompted the move over to safety? Did a coach just kind of come up to you one day and say, "Hey, you're more suited for this position," or was that something that you kind of decided on your own?
Going in, I played it before high school, but going into high school, our quarterback was Jalen Suggs. He was like one of the top dual threat quarterbacks. So I'm like, and one of the spots open was safety. So I just made my fit there.
And how was that transition? Was it an easy transition, or was there kind of some bumps with that and with trying to learn the new position?
It was kind of easy because they just threw me in and told me read quarterback, and me used to playing quarterback, like I kind of knew how they thought when they were gonna throw the ball.
Yeah, there are a lot of people, not just at Louisville, but just all across college football who used to be former quarterbacks and transfer over to defensive back. Sometimes they say it helps them, sometimes they say it doesn't really have an impact. So you're probably belong in the camp that just knowing how a quarterback thinks and reading the quarterback's eyes and knowing quarterback tendencies, that probably gives you a little bit of advantage, you would say, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things I did kind of want to bring up was from Louisville, Tutu Atwell, like you mentioned, Matt, he was actually a former quarterback in high school and then turned wide receiver. And we actually saw a little bit of that quarterback in him last season when I think he threw a pass to, was it Dez or maybe Marshawn Ford during
I believe it was the Miami game.
It was the Miami game. Okay.
I think I might be wrong on that one.
Oh, well, I mean, it's been a long season, starting with this season and, especially last season, getting over that. That's been very difficult. So I did kind of want to ask you, Trevon, a little important question that I kind of like to do on the show a little bit, and that is, are you an Xbox player or a PlayStation player?
I'm a PlayStation player.
PlayStation, all right. It's at some point I was actually keeping count. I had so many different recruits. I was like, "Are you PlayStation, Xbox? What's going on? Which one do you like?" I had one that, said that they actually had like all three systems: Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. So, which favorite game on the PlayStation?
I like PlayStation. Madden.
Madden. Okay, all right. So you're playing with a Cam Newton as quarterback. All right.
No, I like to play randoms. Play with anybody.
Okay.
Is there a favorite team you like to play on Madden? I'm a Colts fan, so I normally just go with the Colts.
Yeah, I'll probably use Ravens.
Ravens. All right. Okay. Well, for the most part, I'm glad you're using Lamar, and hopefully, hopefully maybe at the end of next year, they'll actually be able to do visits. You'll be able to see his Heisman Trophy and where he played at. Now, what degree do you want to go after when you get to college?
Usually, I would say business or architecture.
Okay, well, Louisville is known for its business programs and obviously one of the best in the nation so far.
Is there a certain type of architecture that you like? Is it designing residential houses or giant skyscrapers? What is it about architecture that fancies you?
Building like houses and stuff.
Okay.
Building different houses.
Okay.
Have you ever built a house before, or at least helped with the construction wise?
No.
No. Well, I mean that can
I
be
used
fun.
to play Minecraft though.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Minecraft.
okay. Well, hey, I mean, some people, I mean, hey, if that's how you got into it, that's how you got into it. I'm not going to judge. Minecraft is a great game. It's a great strategy. You got to figure out how to build. All right. Well, for the most part, I really appreciate you coming out and talking to us and telling us a little bit about yourself. Now, before we wrap up, Matt and Trevon, did you have any questions either you want to ask us or you want to ask him?
I'm thinking, when keeping contact with the staff, is there anything that you're looking for them to say that maybe would pique your interest more in Louisville, or what is it that Louisville would maybe have to do to make them be a serious consideration for you? Not saying that they're not now, but later on down the line when it comes closer to making a decision, what is something that you're looking for? And maybe not just out of Louisville, but just out of any school. What will be the one or two things that will put a school over the hump for you?
Really just the opportunity to play as a true freshman, or just the opportunity to compete and be able to play in my first year at any school.
All right. Now, you're not put off by the idea that you will still have to compete for a position at Louisville, though.
Yeah, I'm not that off. I know about to compete anywhere.
All right.
There we go.
Now, did you have any questions for us you wanted to ask? That can be anything ranging from Louisville season, how we feel about the staff so far, or could even be personal, like opinions on favorite restaurants around the Louisville area.
Yeah, what's in the Louisville area? I ain't really been down there.
I'd tell you what, if you're looking for a good burger that's close to campus, it's Burger Boy on 3rd and Brook Street. It's just north of campus. It's just a few blocks away. Best burger on the campus. Best burger in the city, if you ask me. Like I'll go there probably once every couple weeks. Just I don't know how you feel about burgers, but it's delicious. And it's a nice little local joint, mom and pop type place. It's perfect if you ask me.
All right. Well, my hat in there is if you want a good burger, all right, Matt, I'm not going to, trump your burger joint, but you need to go to the game. It's off of Lexington Road near Caveville Cemetery. If you want like a wild game, all right, if you've ever wanted to try kangaroo meat on a burger, if you want to try a wild boar, moose, whatever your heart has ever thought to yourself, I wonder what that would taste like. That is the place for you. They have gourmet burgers, freshly made. I mean, never frozen beef outside of, getting it and, all that fun process.
I don't know if you've ever had Gator, but Gator's pretty good.
We're starting to kind of sound like a southern.
I'm not really into trying animals.
Yeah. Well, they have. So wait, you wouldn't want to try a kangaroo burger, really?
I don't know about him, but I think kangaroo's pushing it for me. I brought up Gator because that's a Cajun thing, and I'm big into Cajun. Like, take some deep fried Gator balls and put them in some Mornay sauce. Oh, so good.
Well,
what was that?
Oh wait, me or Trevon?
Trevon.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. The audio's out of sync.
Hey, can you hear us now?
It's starting to cut out a little bit.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. All right. Well, for the most part. All right. Well, hey, for the most part, Trevon, I think we're going to wrap it up there. The audio is starting to get a little little crazy on us again. But I really appreciate you actually taking the time to sit down with us, tell us a little bit about yourself, get to know you a little bit more. And hopefully going forward, we'll be able to talk to you more about your recruitment process with Louisville. And, as soon as we get into 2022, we'll reach back out again, do another interview. But for the most part, I really appreciate you coming out. And we can talk a little bit after I'm done with the segment here. But for closing captions, I'm going to, Matt, thank you so much. Be sure to actually check out Matt on LouisvilleSportsIllustrated.com and check out all the good stuff he has to offer on there. And be sure to check out Trevon Howard. Check out his Twitter, his Instagram, and be sure to watch him when he plays at IMG. All right. Well, for the most part, guys, I'm just going to say go Cards.
Go Cards.